Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. In this one, I want to go over psychology, and I kind of want to be doing these at least once a week. So to get us started off, basically, these are a couple of things that I wish I knew as soon as I started, because it would have saved me a lot of time in the long run. Discipline versus impulse. Problem with impulse, this happens way too often, and there are so many examples of it in the market that you can get caught out in. So if you're not following your plan, you're not following your strategy, for example, price is moving down and it hasn't hit your entry, but you're looking for sales on that day. Price is moving down without you, but it hasn't hit your entry. Are you going to wait for it to come back to entry and maybe get a sell off there? Or are you going to be getting now, not follow your plan, and potentially have another day where you're setting yourself back again because you're not following your trading rules? As soon as you can start developing your trading rules and sticking to them, the sooner you will find success. It's not a joke. It's not people that reiterate for no reason. There is a reason why if you follow a plan and you have a plan and you follow it, success will come to you quicker than the person who's chasing these trades, who's scared of missing out on certain opportunities because their entry hasn't been hit, but price is moving away from them. And that's just one example. While we're on the topic of impulse, we might as well cover the fact of taking stops out early. If you have, and you should have, a risk management plan / strategy, if you have one of these, which you should, there should be no reason whatsoever that you would move your stop loss either further down if you're looking for buys or further up if you're in a sell position. If price is retracting back to your stop loss, you should have already equated for the fact that price may come back here, and if it breaks this point where your stop loss should be at, then you are happily saying, okay, I'm going to be out of this trade because it doesn't actually physically make sense for me to be in this trade anymore. Whether that's a break of structure that's happened and your stop loss is above a break of structure or whatever. But as soon as you start moving your stop losses, your risk to reward that you should have calculated before you even got into the trade completely messes up. And again, all this is doing, all these habits are doing, is setting you further back in your trading career. So if you think about all the times where you made a mistake, these are all the days you could be one step further ahead in your trading career simply because you followed a plan. And the fact that you're holding yourself back because you can't, you have your rules written out, but you can't follow them. Well, I mean, it's a lost cause then, basically. Have to follow your plan. It's not a joke. You need to not be impulsive. As soon as you start being impulsive, you're taking these random losses and you're setting yourself back and back and back and back each and every day. So it's not a joke. You have to take this seriously. Everybody says it. And all these mentors and stuff aren't just saying it for the sake of saying it. You genuinely need to take it seriously, because if you want a future in this and you want an actual career, then you best take it seriously. So acting on impulse, you're never going to get anywhere. You have a risk management strategy and you have take profits, for example. If it's running in, your trade is running in profit, if you then take that out at maybe 1%, so the trade is running, it's running good, it's forming all the, higher highs, higher lows, stuff like that. And you're chasing this trade and you basically, okay, no, what if it reverses? What if it reverses? You take the money out. That is when you're going to start having some problems, because it's going to become a habit. And as soon as it becomes a habit, then you realize, oh dear, like what can you do from this situation? You've taken your money out. You've gone into the next day and you've had an opportunity and you've followed your setup plan and you've been given another opportunity. So you take the opportunity, but it starts going in your opposite direction. So you took out 1% yesterday, but now you've just lost a whole percent or maybe more because you might have moved your stop loss. All because of the fact that you couldn't sit on your hands, wait for the trade to run, or even just move it to break even. But that could have been a 3% trade. So if you made 3% on that trade, you would still have 2% positive in your account. And the 2% positive does wonders for the mentality going into the next trade. As soon as you're back to break even, you're like, oh, I don't really know. And then as soon as that account goes into maybe 1% negative, that is really when you see traders start to crumble. So it's important to have a risk management strategy. Again, in the Discord, there is a list of how I manage it, especially with the prop firms, my risk management plan for prop firm challenges. And it works out to be, I have to lose 16 trades in a row to fail that account. So, and if you're losing 16 trades in a row, this is where you can figure out, okay, what else is going wrong here? What can I work on that I haven't maybe seen? And then you start to dive deeper into it. And as soon as you can do that, the sooner you start picking at these things. And as long as you can follow that plan, going back to the plan, as long as you can follow it, you can guarantee success is going to be coming a lot sooner than if you were to just full port an account, maybe get lucky and pass it, or majority of the time waste 50 quid, 100 quid, 200 pounds buying these funded accounts, full porting them because you don't have the mentality for it. And then you're just sitting there, failed account email on your phone, minus 200 in your bank account. All for what? Because you didn't have the discipline to stick to your plan, stick to your rules. And if you don't have a risk management plan, then what are you doing in the first place? It's very, very, very important to stay disciplined. And it's extremely important not to be impulsive and get in on these trades when it hasn't hit your entry. Move your stop loss when price is coming. Take out profits before your TP has even been hit, or even before your TP1 has been hit. I mean, I still get caught out to this day where price is shooting down. Let's say I'm in for sales. Price is coming down, coming down, coming down. It hit my entry. I don't mess around with the entry, but here's the entry. It comes down. I am very, very eager to move, and it's hard for me to sit on my hands. And this is something I'm working on still. If price is completely dropping, just to hold it, not move any stop losses. What the habit I created from the lack of discipline was, as soon as I was in profit, I would move to break even. So now I've had to develop a rule where, unless it makes sense in terms of a structure point break, and unless we're in 1% profit, then I am by no circumstances going to move my stop loss at all. So if we're in the stop loss zone and we start making different structure points, yes, you can start moving your stop a little bit tighter each time, every time you create a structure point, because then the argument could be said, if you break that certain structure point, the trade would be invalidated and price could start moving to the opposite direction. So again, I'm waffling, but it is very, very important to stay disciplined, have that plan, have that risk management. Impulse will kill your trading. Impulse will literally destroy all your progress. And to this day, like I say, I can make money in the markets, but you still get caught out with these little things. So it's very important to stay on top of them. If you do make them, have some sort of, not punishment as such. So let's say you have a takeaway on Friday. Every Friday, it's like a ritual for you. You have a takeaway. But let's say in that week, because you're trading, there has been a trade or two that you haven't followed your plan at all. Haven't followed your plan. Maybe you followed the entry signal, so you followed your plan in that aspect, but you took profits out early because you were nervous. If you do that, maybe what I would recommend is being like, you know what, on Friday, I haven't deserved it. I haven't earned it because I haven't followed any rules. And so therefore, I don't deserve this takeaway. And it's something as simple as that. And it depends how hard you want to be on yourself. If you go to the gym, maybe do some extra sets, push yourself a little bit harder. Make sure there's something that you can do when you don't follow your rules. It's all good writing it down. Okay, I didn't do this. But unless you have something there, such as missing takeaway that you always have, or if you half-ass it at the gym, you make sure that when you next go to the gym, you push insanely hard. And you do that, it's only going to make you better at any of these. But you need to make sure you push yourself. And you need to make sure you have some sort of challenge. Otherwise, you're going to end up in this loop of setback progress, setback progress, setback progress. You've set yourself back for a year, you're now a year behind. You realize this and you're like, you know what? I'm not going to try trading anymore. All these big dreams I've had, I'm going to throw them all away. And it's just silly, because you don't have the discipline, because you don't have that ability to follow your plan that you've made and you wrote down and you probably have in front of you as you're entering this trade, but yet you're still not following it. You need to have some sort of anything that you can be like, I'm taking this away. I'm taking this pleasure away from me because I've done this, because I've messed up in my trading because of this. And it's as simple as that. Don't do it for losing trades, because there can be losing trades where you simply did nothing wrong. However, if you know for a fact you didn't follow your plan, or there was something that you didn't do right and you know you should have, then have a pleasure that you can take away from yourself. Let's say you go on drives on the weekend. Okay, I messed up. I'm just going to stay this weekend in. I'm going to do some back testing and we're going to better our trading for the next week. As soon as you can start developing these habits, you're going to pick up some really good habits. Not only will it make you more disciplined, you'll benefit from doing these extra bits of work, and your trading and success will come to you a lot sooner. So I was meant to cover about 4 points this video, but I feel like I've covered one. But it leaves video ideas for another day. So without further ado, thank you for watching. This was basically on discipline and impulse. Please just don't be so impulsive, guys. But yeah, that sums it up for this one. Again, I'm going to try and make this a weekly thing where I just sit in my car in the wilderness, and we try just talk through a little bit of psychology. So hopefully that's helped you guys. I look like a bit of a psycho sat in my car. However, have a good trading week, guys, wherever you're watching this, whatever time, date, whatever. Good weekend, good trading day. And yeah, thank you so much for watching.